Wiladat, in many places, where it says, Allahumma ja'al mahyaya mahya Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, wa mamati mamata Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Says that Allah, make my life like the life of Ahlul Bayt. Make my lifestyle the way I live my life, the way that they live their life. Fashion my life by the way that you fashion the life of Ahlul Bayt. Meaning, give it that direction, that goal. Make my life have that goal that they had, that you made them have, where they were heading. And when we look at this sentence in Hadith, and this is, the first part is what I want to address. The other one is my death also. Make my death the death of Ahlul Bayt. That's a different subject. But this first part of this sentence, when you look at that, we are asking Allah, and Allah wants us to ask Him, to make our life like the life of Ahlul Bayt. I mean, not in particulars, not in specifics, but the general outlook, the bigger picture. Meaning, where were they headed? Allah, I want to head that way. The concept that they had of life. Not the specifics. We can never go into specifics like what Rasulullah did. That's like impossible for us to do that. That's why you see that Rasulullah said, Sallu kama ra'aytumu usalli. He says, you pray like you see me pray. He didn't say, pray like me. Right? Because we wouldn't be able to make the niyat, the intention, and have the ikhlas that Rasulullah had. That's why he says, no, just look at me how I pray. When I make ruku, you make ruku. When I do sajda, you do sajda. You know, I have Allah in my mind, you have your bank account in your mind. It's okay. As long as you pray like I do. You see, so we don't go into specifics, just a general outlook. The outward, what we want to see. Right? And that's important. That's where we want to head towards. Anyone who loses the general outlook on life, anyone who, for example, loses the sight of what is life or doesn't know what life is, will be drowned in the specifics of life, in the issues of life. This is the problems that most people have because they don't know what is life. They then drown themselves in the particulars of life. Issues that happen in life, they're like completely into that. And they lose focus of the bigger picture of life. What is your view of life? What do you think life is? Just the general outlook, not specific. What is life? Understand this very well. I mean, what is life? People have an outlook of life. You also have an outlook of life. That's why you're living your life. You have a certain idea. Whether it's right or wrong, that's not the issue right now. You do have a view of life. What is your view? For example, Salman Farsi had a view of life. They asked him, what is your view of life? You know, how do you live your life? He says, La ubali kaifa asbahtu. He says, I don't care where I wake up and where I sleep. I go around, whenever I get tired, I sleep. That's it. That's how I live my life. According to the more conventional conservatives' view of life, more respectable people who are conservative, they will view Salman as a bum. you know, a hobo. The guy has no house, he has no thing, just goes around and just lives his life. A hippie, right? I mean, that's how they will view him, right? But that's how he was. That's how he lived his life. That's what his view of life was. You see, I understand, now I don't want to say what his view of life is, but it results in this lifestyle. For example, Imam Ali, when he became the Khalifa, he appointed Salman as a governor. Now, before that, you see that Salman was just, a happy-go-lucky guy, a free bird. Now he was appointed as the governor of a place called Madain. His grave is there also, in Madain, if you go there. Right? So what happened is that he was appointed there. So when the people of Madain were waiting for their governor to come, and they see this guy with a donkey, just walking in, obviously a nobody. So they ask him, hey, did you see a big shot, on your way? Someone, obviously, he's going to be the governor of this place. So, he's going to come with his pageantry and an escort and everything. Did you see someone on the way? He says, no. And then they looked at him and said, why did you come here? He says, I'm the new governor. You are the new governor. You're going to be in charge of us. They wouldn't believe it. And he had to show them the paper from Imam Ali. They looked at it 3-4 times, to make sure it's right. And there you go. That's his lifestyle. That's how he lived. He had a view of life. You see, the concept, what is life? He had this view of life. And that's important. What is your view of life? How do you view life in general, in a bigger picture, not in a particular way? Don't get involved in particulars in life, my friends. If you get involved in particulars of life, you will be drowned in life in such a way that you will lose the big picture of life. Little things, will become so big for you. For example, there are problems in life. We do have problems in life, What are the problems of life? Inshallah, we'll go through that, but just to give you a hint. For example, kufr. Denying Allah is a huge burden on a person. Look at atheists and their lives. Their lives are miserable. Because every day they wake up looking for proof that there is no God and we don't have any guilt. Every minute they're like, there's no God. Science proves it. Scientists say that. They try to make themselves happy, but inside they know there's something wrong. They're like, what a burden to live with. What a horrible life. It's a disgusting life to deny God. That's why kufr is bad. One of the reasons kufr is bad is because it's a burden to live a life of kufr. To reject Allah and to live like that. Why are you doing this to yourself? You're hurting yourself. You're living a miserable life trying to prove something that exists and go against what's reality. That's what it is. Or, for example, wishes. We have wishes in life. I wish I can do that. I wish I can do this. These wishes that we have are so many, never accomplishing. So what happens? We get drowned in that. Or dreams. We have dreams. Especially when you're young, you have dreams, big dreams, You lock yourself in the bedroom and you think that you will be the next Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, And what happens? You live your life like that. You're just drowned in that. And you ruin your whole life without even understanding what it is. You get drowned in these things. So all of these things are these particulars. Don't get involved in particulars of life. Just have a general view. Right now, we just want to see what is life. What is life? And it's because that view that you have, that nuqte nazar that you have of life, is why you're living your life the way you are. What you think of life. For example, Prophet Nuh lived for 950 years. That's a long life to live. My friends, I know we all like to live long, but before you make that dua for a long life, look at it and see, do you really want it? Do you know what a long life means? Long life, someone who lives long, is someone who will lose everyone that they have loved in their life. And at the end, they'll be all alone. Do you want a long life? You won't have anyone. Your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, look at, they have no relationship with you. You know, you're some statue in the living room. You want that life? Long life? Are you okay with that? I mean, do you know what you're asking for? Think about it. Nuh lived for 950 years. Everyone that he knew is dead, long gone dead. Yes, his great-great-great-grandchildren, he's preaching to them, right? He's trying to ask them to come to Allah, whatever it is. But look at this. Let's ask Nuh, what is your view of life? What do you think of life? 950 years you lived. You know what Nuh said? They asked him, well, how was it? 950 years, how was it? Nuh said, well, life was like passing by the afternoon. It was like one afternoon. It went by so fast. 950 years, he's like, just went by so fast, so quick. Wow. Now, my friends, what outlook, what perspective did Nuh had that 950 years seemed like nothing? Think about it. What is your view of life? This is what we want to discuss. Life. That is a subject. In the first few days of Ramadan until it ends, right? I will go through life. What is life? What is the meaning of life? Definition of life. What does it mean? Because without life, everything that we learn in Islam is useless. Tawheed is useless without knowing what life is. Nabuwat is useless without knowing what life is. Imamat is useless without knowing what life is. My friends, where does Allah fit in your life? Tell me. Where does Allah fit in your life? He's God. Okay, but about you, where does Allah fit? What does He have to do with you? See, I don't know. First learn about life so you know where Tawheed fits in it. Know where Nabuwat fits in it. You see, that's the reason why these, for example, unfortunately, the syllabuses that you have of Islamic schools and all that are laughable. Why are you teaching Tawheed for? Why are you teaching Nabuwat for? First teach about life. That's what you need to teach first. Let me refer you to a letter in Nahjul Balagha, letter number 31. I mentioned this before, I think I remember here. Letter number 31 of Nahjul Balagha. And this is a letter that Imam Ali wrote to Imam Hasan, to his children, Imam Hasan being the oldest and the rest of his children. He wrote this letter, and this letter is the most comprehensive communication of Imam Ali in Nahjul Balagha. The most comprehensive, meaning that it is for everyone. You see, you have, for example, Khutbatul Hammam. I don't know if you know Khutbatul Hammam. This is khutbah for muttaqi people, people who are pious. Non-pious people, you're not going to get much out of it. It's for muttaqi people, right? Or for example, the letter that he wrote to Malik Ashtar. The letter that he wrote to Malik Ashtar, this letter is for whom? For people in charge, the government people. Not for everyone. I read that letter, it doesn't, it's not relevant for me. Send a salawats. My friends, when you look at that letter of Imam Ali, it is the most comprehensive teaching of Islam in Nahjul Balagha. It's meant for everyone. And when you read that, you will see that Imam Ali doesn't talk about Tawheed first, or Nabuwat, or Qiyamat, or any of these Usul-ud-Din, or Furu-ud-Din, or anything. First, Imam Ali spends time trying to let everyone know what is life. Understand what life is first. He spends time. Why? Because in education of Islam, first you learn about life, then you learn about Usul-ud-Din and Furu-ud-Din. If you don't know what life is, what does Usul-ud-Din have to do with you? Subhanallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. They are getting ready for a presentation, so it's okay, right? Let us go on with our topic. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Yes, life, when you start thinking about life, when anyone starts thinking about life, he becomes a philosopher. Yes, right? Whenever you start to think about life, you'll be like, you know what life is? And then you have a cliche. Life is this, okay, bro, whatever, Everyone has a cliche. You'll see, if you go to Google, you'll see everyone has a cliche for what life is. Right or wrong, whatever it is, it's something they came up with. Why did they come up with that? Because they had a view of life. They had a view, and because of that, they came up with that, subhanallah. For us, it's important for us to know this, that life is before Usul-ud-Din. Before I teach you Allah or Nabuwat, let's learn about life. If Allah says, Isbir, be patient. If Allah says, be patient, tell me, my friends, where in life does patience fit in? What does it have to do with my life? Why should I be patient? What is the purpose behind it? Where does it fit in? You won't know. You need to know what life is first. And that's what we want to know. What is life? What is obviously, I will let you know what Allah says about that and what Ahlul Bayt say about that. But today I'm going to say what I say about it. Just bear with me, So life is the subject, everyone. So now, before we define life according to Allah or Ahlul Bayt, I want to put some things forward that are my personal opinions. And you say if it's right or wrong. So whoever defines life, whatever definition you heard about life, no matter where it is, all I'm saying is that whatever definition there is of life and reality, if we define life, I feel that the definition should be such that this definition should make life attractive. That's my personal opinion. It should be attractive. It shouldn't be boring, tedious, oh my God, again. It should be something that you're excited for. That's my view. The definition of life, any definition that you come across, if that definition is correct, it should be something that would make life attractive. That's what I think. We will see the definition of life. But just to put things forward, it should be attractive. Second thing, I think, that the definition of life should be such that it should make me respect life. It should make me respect life. I mean, really respect it. Like, wow, I have life. I respect it. Should make me respect life. I think that's the way it should be. I mean, you see a lot of people, who are like the adventurous type, who risk their life to do outrageous things, extreme sports and all these things, They're not adventurous people. They disrespect their life. They have no value for their life. That's why they disrespect it by putting it at risk. They're bums. Useless people. If you respected life, you wouldn't be doing these things. You would have respect for it. You would honor it. Friends, life should be defined this way. We will see I'm not defining life for you today. Inshallah, it will come in the next few days. What is life? What does Allah say about life? And so we'll see that, right? So, I think that a definition of life should be such that we should thank whoever gave life to us. Whoever gave this to me, I should be thankful to him. Thank you for this. Wow, you gave me such a great thing. Right? I mean, if you agree with me, that's great. If you don't agree with me, it's fine. I'm just putting these things out there for us to think. For us to think. Life should be such that it should be, one, attractive. It should be something that we should respect it. And third, we should be like thankful to the one who gave it. We should be thankful for that. This is just my view, and we'll see what that is. Right now, misconceptions of life. I heard this many times. A lot of people, my elders told me, my parents told me, everyone told me, For example, they'll say like, be serious in life. Life is not a game. I don't know if you heard it or not. I heard it a lot of times from my elders, Be serious in life. Life is not a game, And you're like, okay. When we were young, our sleeves were rolled up, our belt was tightened, and we were in shape. Okay, great. Whatever. But the fact is that, and you see this and you hear it all the time, life is not a game. But you know what? Actually, life is a game. Wow. Life is a game. وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ. The life of this world is nothing but a game. Allah is saying. It's nothing except it's only a game that you're playing. A game. Wow. So my parents are saying it's not a game, and Allah is saying it's a game. Who do I believe? Who should I go with? Should I go with Allah and say that life is a game? Or should I listen to my elders? Wow. That's a dilemma, isn't it? Allah is saying life is a game. It's an ayat of the Quran. Read it. وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ. The life of this world is nothing but a game. It's just a sport. Just enjoy it. Have fun with it. It's a game. Don't take it seriously. Don't take it seriously. Subhanallah. So my friends, we need to know what life is. What is this life? It's amazing, isn't it? Subhanallah. When it says don't fix yourself, it doesn't mean to fix your hair or your face or something. It means to fix your life. Configure your life. Defrag your life. You're overwhelmed with things. Defrag it. Correct it. But what is life? Let's look at that, inshallah. That's coming up, inshallah. That's what I want to say. You see, our view of life will change everything, how you look at things. What I'm going to say in the next few days will change your perspective about everything and how you look at it, if you listen to it carefully. What I'm going to tell you about life really will change a lot of things, and it has. Everywhere I gave these speeches, the view of audience has changed everything about their jobs, their lives, their family, everything. Because it does. Life will change that. The idea of what life is, you will see it. It's not something very difficult and hard. Allah mentions this, Ahlul Bayt mentions this, but we don't see it. Inshallah, we'll see it. That's what I want to say. What makes your view of life such that you can see bloodshed and you can see horrible scenes and terrible things happen and say that, wow, this is beautiful? You would think that someone is a psycho for saying that, but Bibi Zainab did say that. She saw a gruesome scene, horrible scenes, and she said that was beautiful. Bibi Zainab, how are you looking at that? What is your view? I mean, are you seeing the same thing that we did? You see, the outlook of life, how you look at it, it's so important in how you see things, everything in your life. You know, put everything in perspective. How you see your namaz. What does namaz have to do with you? You know what it has to do with? No, we don't. Because we don't know what life is, and hence we don't know this namaz that we are reading, what is it for? What is the namaz for? You think that Allah just said that, hey, listen, you know, now these people, they started to believe in me, let me give them something to do. This is not something alaki that Allah just wanted you to do. There's a wisdom behind it. It's a mechanism that fits in our life. And this is what we want to know. When we know life, we'll see, wow, that's where namaz fits in my life. That's where fasting fits in my life. Life is like that, my friends. Life is like that. And this is the reason why life is so respectful that Imam Hussein refused to live and disrespect his life by living it under a zalim. Living under a zalim is disrespecting the life Allah gave. That's why Imam Hasan alayhi salam, he did not want to disrespect his life by not standing up against Muawiyah. He stood up against Muawiyah until everyone abandoned him. And we had nothing left to fight for. That's when he stepped down. Otherwise, he was fighting Muawiyah. He didn't want to disrespect life by accepting a zalim. This is, my friends, life. And we want to know the outlook of life. And inshallah, in these few days that we have together, I will go through the definition and what life is, and inshallah make this a discussion that will be helpful. And may Allah bless us in this beautiful month where minds are open and hearts are open, so that the light of the knowledge of Allah and Ahlul Bayt can enter our hearts, and that it may be a month of change in us towards Allah and towards something beautiful and towards something that is happiness. Wa akhir ad-da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Please be seated. We are going to have a presentation. Salawats.